Happy Relation Tip Tuesday. Today I'm going to be speaking about your relationship to expectations. All right, expectation. It's a tricky word because if we expect something really awesome and we don't get it, we usually wind up disappointed, let down, upset, okay? If I expected, my significant other to come home with, or for me to come home and somebody cook me a 6-course meal and I expected that on a regular basis, I would be disappointed if there is attachment to the outcome of said expectation. Many people, however, go the opposite way. And they expect, especially if you're in a distressed relationship, your partner to do things that are quite the opposite of a 6-course meal. Or you expect something so unrealistic that you set yourself and your partner and your relationship ultimately up for failure, right? Now, the pendulum swings the other way, and maybe you don't expect anything, right? Maybe at the heart of the matter, you expect your partner to let you down. And that's ultimately what happens when, you kind of put the negative forecast out there. Brene Brown calls that dress rehearsing tragedy, which I've spoken about before, and somebody else I know and love calls it disasterbating, okay? So you don't want to disasterbate. You don't want to put only focus on what bad can happen and really trust in that and say, you know what, I'm just going to focus on whatever the worst thing is that can happen. That's what I'll focus on so that when something better happens, I'll be pleasantly surprised. That's not how it works. You usually can get what you expect. So anyway, your relationship with expectations, whether it's about your relationship, whether it's about your business, whether it's about your health, whatever it's about, I really encourage you to have a positive expectation, to imagine that the best can unfold, to think about, to give people the benefit of the doubt and trust yourself that, if things don't work out the way that you wanted them to, maybe your partner doesn't show up in the way you expected them to, that you can, that doesn't say anything about you or who you are. It just means that maybe you need to be a little bit more explicit about what you're looking for. So continue to move forward with positive expectation. Don't be attached to the outcome, because that's when there's just so many of the downfalls happen. Let go, surrender, trust the process, and know that you have within you everything you need to get what you want, to have the relationship you want, to be responded to in the way that you desire. But it just requires shifting things up sometimes and putting yourself out there in a different way. So let me know your feedback, comments, thoughts. If you have further questions about this subject, I want to hear them. And I'll catch you next week.